theirs. You really do have to own it over time and make it your own brand. You have to learn the basics from them, but then there's that advanced part where if you're going to join, if you're going to take up Yellow Star's shot calling, if you ever face Yellow Star, well, you're pretty much facing a better version of what you're trying to imitate. So it has to become Huni and Reignover shot calling over time, which I think if they are able to brand it well, it's going to have a lot of synergy and a lot of this top lane ganking, as well as it's going to have a lot of aggression in it too.
Well, that's going to happen on Saturday, by the way.
Yeah.
The Immortals are going to face TSM then. But we're going to get this game underway for now. Graves and Poppy gone. Bebe, by the way, I think was actually my... I saw as the best player on Impulse yesterday, even despite being the sub-jungler. He had 100% participation, highest KDA in the team, actually was very good at Jungle Poppy, now pulling a ban on that. And of course the Rek'Sai gone from Reignover because he's so good at the champion.
Yeah, some jungle bans here. The Jungle Poppy, Bebe was actually sporting a 1-1 and 5 score, a 6 KDA, right before the end of the game. I'm going to give him that because I like Jungle Poppy, so I'll just take one of the deaths off. You know,
you just seconds. Doubled his KDA because he wanted to?
Come on.
That's okay, yeah, sure, dude.
Play Jungle Poppy, it's worth it.
Okay. Well, Mash got Lucian. Lucian seems to be the most common blind pick, early pick AD carry, picking in anything. Definitely a powerful champion. Benefits very well off the Essence Reaver. Changes from the preseason patch and whatnot. Reignover looking at Rengar right now. Careful, Bill, you're in NA now. You might get much worse than the champion.
Okay.
Instead, it's going to be Elise and Corki as well. And this is, of course, a flex pick Corki as well as a flex pick Lulu. You got to see where they end up going. So blue side actually has a very question mark filled lineup because you can run these guys almost anywhere.
Yeah, you can put the Corki in the mid lane, you can put him in AD carry, and then you can put the Lulu
in either solo,
top, mid,
maybe even support.
Maybe. I mean, Adrian plays Soraka, so I expect some cheese from him pretty much all the time.
Nidalee. Either way, the pick for Bebe, that could be very, very good. We don't see a ton of her, but she is quite strong. The hover for Gate. They need a top laner, they need a mid laner, they need a support. No flexes right now for Impulse, so you can kind of predict their lineups pretty well so far. 10 seconds to go on their choices. And we'll see just what these guys want. The next hover is going over to Alistar. I would like that. I think Alistar just is a very, very good support. The TF as well. It's looking a lot like the Cloud9 comp from last game, but tons of engage tools. And when you're running a potential double AD carry team with the early Corki pick, you need to find ways to get in. And so with only one champion left to pick, they pick Engage right here at 3 and 4.
Exactly, and you need to have something that locks them down. So these are relatively squishy members, but Lulu is going to be able to buff them up and make them a little harder to destroy. Sure. But also, I like that TIP saved their counter pick for their top lane, so that when you see what Huni has to offer, maybe it's this Fiora, and then you just sit there going, well, what do I play? And then
Fang, welcome to the North American LCS. Enjoy facing Huni's Fiora, right? Like, it's such a big trial by fire.
At least it's not his Riven.
That would be even scarier.
Huni's got actually this great kind of rock, paper, scissor champion pool where if you pick Fiora, he will pick Riven into you. If you pick Rise, he'll pick Cho'Gath into you, which frees up Immortals bans a lot because they don't have to ban out these things that he has counters to because he's confident playing into them.
That's what I always love is players who are willing to quickly expand the champion pool, find the counters to the meta champions. That's to me like makes a player that I enjoy a lot more is that they're playing off of the meta. They're capitalizing on the meta game of these things are common, so I will prep the counters because I know I'm going to be seeing them very soon. It's really impressive. I'm glad he's doing this. Either way, when I talked to Pavelter yesterday about this team, he said everyone can play their own roles. We can play around different people. Wild Turtle, Huni, 2-threat team, Janna and Lulu in the backline to support them. They're playing around these two this game.
A little bit of a split push here because you have disengage from Adrian. You also have the Lulu to give people speed up. You have some slows. So this could be, once again, a pick composition for 4 people with some disengage on Immortals. And then you also have Huni for the split push.
I think it's actually specifically built around Huni, right? The other 4 are very good at kiting back and staying safe and disengaging and not getting killed and wave clearing. The only real point of ingress is Huni. Like, you don't even have like a great whimsy target like a Gragas coming in and wrecking people up. The engage isn't that good. It's Huni creates openings and your team can siege reasonably well. Last pick comes through, Fang gets Dr. Mundo, and we actually saw this matchup earlier when it was RF Legendary up against Impact, and the early advantage did go to the Impact Fiora, but eventually he wasn't really able to solo kill for like the middle 20 minutes of the game. Dr. Mundo eventually gets to a tank point where it's very hard to solo, and so Fang can get to a point where he holds up in the matchup, but I think that is going to be required for Impulse to do well. Is Fang holding the line somehow?
Then you have to question, Is he going to be able to hold up? Because you aren't really just facing Huni in that top lane.
Facing Huni and Rainover.
You're facing Rainover.
Yeah, you are. Here we go. Champ select is done. Coaches shaking hands. Of course, a lot of new faces in the NALCS this year. New teams, new coaches, new players, and we can see how well they stack up against some of the best right here and right now. It's time for you at home to send in your predictions for who's going to win. Let us know. Immortals could go 2-0. Impulse could stop the slide right now. Send hashtag IMT win or hashtag TIP win, and we will tally your votes in a few minutes. Show it on air. But Immortals could tie Energy at the top of the standings as the only 2 undefeated North American squads. The hype is real for these guys. They've got some good champions. They've got amazing players. Here we go into the final game of the week.
And I'm looking for the shot calling here. We just saw a great game from High where he's pretty much directing everybody around the map. Here, though, Huni Rainover taking up this mantle, trying to kind of add their own style and learn off of what Yellowstar had taught them. Are they able to actually just run them around the map? I want to see a clean game here from Immortals, because in a lot of people's minds, these 2 teams are the teams that have the biggest delta between them in the standings in terms of where they expect them to be.
Definitely a top versus bottom matchup here, but on any given Sunday, things can happen. The chant from the crowd is, I believe in TIP. I believe I heard you guys right. Shout out to you guys. We heard some Renegades chants, I believe, yesterday when I was casting as well. So,
Renegades had flags.
Hey. Someone believes in me. Thank you very much.
No.
I believe in me too.
Same.
Minions have spawned.
I believe in Zyrene. In that I believe you exist. I believe in you. As in, like, kids believe in Santa Claus. I believe you're not a mythical mythical creature. Zyrene is real. I can touch him.
So this is like one of those things where you're like, I believe in you. Like it's like a positive thing, but you're like, I believe you exist.
Yep.
It's like negative. Why do you keep going back and forth?
Schizophrenic, guys. But here we go. Into the game. I'm not making this one up either. Bebe getting a nice, really strong leash actually from his duo lane. Huni also sitting up with Rainover. The walk into lane. Fang is already there. It's interesting if you're a top laner. So there's a rule around how minions work. If no one touches the minions, they will actually spread focus, and you have a lot of time to give a leash before minions die. If you're not leashing as someone, you should actually mess with the minions slightly and make them focus one of your minions. You can make that happen. Which will actually then deny XP from someone who's giving a hard leash.
Yeah, the minions were actually changed in the first wave. They were coded so that they don't actually focus fire if they're left alone.
Yep.
Because the problem with that was people would clear stuff on the other side, then they TP in, and RNG would wreck
minions.
your lane.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Jinx. You owe me an ADC.
An 8. Okay, right on that, freak. I'm gonna write you one later on.
Great, thanks. Wow, mid lane fight already happening. Gate and Pobelter, jeez. The floodgates are open. So much damage coming through. But I feel like Pool Party Lulu could handle that, you know?
Yeah, probably a thriving environment for her.
Huni pushing in on the Fang right now. Temporary CS lead, but there's a whole lot of minions ready to be killed. Huni has missed literally 0 CS, by the way. He's on set for 19.
How is there already a 500 gold lead? It's just
because there's this full wave right here.
Yeah.
Bot lane's pushed in as well. Every single lane is pushing. It's gold in the air. Wild Turtle, Javelin's on. Exhaust, Wild. Oh, okay. Now he's got to
Oh!
Adrian with a great tornado tags the support and Nidalee to buy enough space for Wild Turtle. No summoners lost for Immortals, and the exhaust is down for Ken.
Oh, man. Baby.
If they're willing to all in that hard, I'd rather see a Flash Pulverize, honestly, and just guarantee it. And then headbutt backwards. That guarantees you the kill. Unfortunately, it was still close. They almost had it happen. But Adrian with some very good play, and Wild Turtle with good patience to save the summoners. Huni battling Fang. Good riposte. I believe actually did block the cleaver.
And I actually want to break down supports for a minute here, because we have all these different types of supports in the NALCS. We have great engagers. Like, you think of how High is playing. You think of how Bunny Fufu starts fights. Remy. Adrian is actually, in my mind, the best NALCS. Hold on a second.
Oh, baby. He's running. Rainover's on. And got him! First blood solo kill in the enemy.
Oh, second two.
And another flash burn as well. Jeez, Immortals already.
Already. Oh, man. That pickup in the top lane, though, that's the aggression, though. Huni had this lane pushed. So even if things went bad for Reignover, he would be there first over Feng. And he'd be able to actually come in there. But look at this.
The bot lane, they go no exhaust for the support means that there's a lot of time for Wild Turtle to hit that Mash couldn't trade back. That trade was only good because of the Summoner Spell disadvantage there, and it means the trade goes equal despite an earlier gank. No Crimson Light hit just yet, but Mash really wants in. And with the shield down for 3 seconds, they have a window they don't use just yet. There it is. But the shield's back up. They waited too long.
Turn on Mash. Ooh.
Summoner heals on both sides. TP could be available for both, but only Huni is coming into. It's Pobelter who comes in. He doesn't dodge it. Nice Glitter Lance in from Pobelter. Second kill of the game for Immortals.
Too late on the flash there from Mash. He already got tagged by Lulu's E. If you're going to flash, you got to do it earlier. He tried to do it reactively, but Pobelter too fast.
You had to also guess who it was. I don't know if they had eyes on who was actually showing up, but you only got a TP away from one of those.
Yeah.
PR wouldn't have reached you, but
Not
2-0. Immortals doing very well for themselves. These guys do not wait long. I mean, they had a super fast win over Cloud9 in day one, and they're turning the gas on already.
Oh, Huni's taking a substantial amount of damage in this top lane. Hasn't backed just yet.
Yeah. Feng survived the lane. He's down 13 CS, but Feng has survived the lane at least. And he's going to force a bad recall. Either it forces a TP usage out of Huni for a 5-minute cooldown, or Feng pretty much equalizes the CS score.
Probably going to be a TP here. I don't think he wants to miss this wave. There you go. And he gets the one before it actually hits the turret, so no turret shots are going to come through here, and he's going to pick up all these.
All right. He's going to keep like plus 17 when the recalls come through. Yeah, smart by Huni. He doesn't miss the wave because of his really good TP timing.
Exactly. And now it's up to Feng. Does Feng actually want to keep this TP for a play on some part of the map and synergize with Gate? Or is he going to try to use it just to stay a little bit even in CS? I think you actually hold on to this because the wave is so pushed forward that even if you TP to it,
yeah,
you'd be at a risk.
Huni is actually freezing it. He cleared the wave properly to actually still allow the red side wave to stack up. So this is, we're going to count the number of waves lost. Even if Feng TP'd, this would still be one wave lost so far. And now we got to see if it's another wave lost as well. How much of this wave he's going to lose by Huni's proper minion wave management. I don't believe we give enough credit to this, but he's going to be, looks like 7 to 8. Well, it was 7 for the first wave because it was a cannon wave. It looks like 8 minions will be denied by proper wave management. Maybe 9. Yeah, it's still growing.
But he gets a pink ward.
Feng's still not in lane, by the way. He's killing a ward right now.
So a little bit missing out on this experience.
XP on 9 CS on 10 minions by Huni's wave management.
Huni also Huni also has a bit of a freeze still. He's gonna start pushing back towards the turret, but it's gonna take a little bit. On the other side of the map, though, never TF leaves lane. You have to be careful.
7, and he's already recalled once.
Gate.
So he has items.
Gate loved Twisted Fate, and he loved Jace.
I mean, too slow.
That's why his name is Gate.
Yeah. Team Impulse had the right idea, but they were 5 seconds too late to stop Reignover on the red buff. They were there, just not in time. Huni winning a trade yet again onto Feng. It's only going to get worse since they've both recalled once and got items. Here comes a push on a Pobelter who does not have flash. Ken should be able to get this. There's the headbutt. There's the pulverize. There's the gold card. But Ken, only level 4, can't make the dive happen. He's going to die for this one. Whoa. They don't have the damage to kill him. Now Bebe getting attacked without flash. Reignover is not going to chase this one in just yet. He'll survive. He's got a potion going.
Okay, just barely. That extra auto with the red smite on as well as the red buff.
Red smite, red buff is more caught than I thought. You're right. It was closer than
he's going around top, though. He's just applying pressure on Feng.
Feng knows, though.
Feng now has to give up minions, though.
Impulse with reasonably good communication, and now Feng, I think he just needed to run to the right and just suck it up. He's going to get cocooned at some point. He's just taking auto attacks now. He's not going to get away from this one. I think he probably was dead anyway, but I think a slight misplay all the same.
He had no flash, so Adrian just played it very safe.
Yep.
Slow, walk up to his face, and then use it.
If he's going to juke, just auto attack.
Yeah.
Make them commit to actually running away before you send a skill shot out. And you just get your damage, you get your damage, you get your damage. And he still hasn't dodged it.
But still, this has been a great move from Reignover. Coming mid, ganking, making sure that he picks up that kill, pushing Bebe out, and when you push the jungler out, you know you're not going to be able to have a counter gank top, so you immediately run there, and look at this!
Oh no!
Hey!
That's the kind of move tilts are made out of. Feng TP's in the lane, immediately gives away another 350 gold. Into the mid lane goes Wild Turtle. Gate forced to just die. Wild Turtle Valkyrie's forward continues to succeed. Every single champion Wild Turtle's played so far, you can move block into the enemy team, and it's been the right choice almost every time.
Oh, he had a package for him. Jumps right in, and I think that this is actually a very scary champion to put in Wild Turtle's hands. Just because he has that ability to jump in, and then you still have access to Valkyrie as well after you use the package, so you get to use it twice. In the mid lane, though, hey, special delivery. Pushes him a little bit forward, but it does get a slow portion of it, and then he also has the Lulu picks as well for that extra damage. So
he wouldn't have killed without that damage.
Yeah, Pobelter's actually helping out a lot here. Bottom lane, flashes, gets mashes in return, gets the kill, and then in the mid lane here as well. Had that turnaround, and then once again, this one here that Wild Turtle was able to pick up with that extra damage.
Wild Turtle right now trying to freeze his bot lane out. Ken and Mash taking not the best recall ever. A lot of attack damage on this Lucian right now, though.
Actually, I want to touch on something with Hooney's build, because I just said in the last game that with Fiora's, you want to build Jarn's Fist first and get HP, but against a Mundo, you actually need the Vamp.
You need lifesteal to survive the lane.
Yes, so what Hooney will most likely be doing is he'll turn this into a Ravenous Hydra, immediately change it into a Titanic.
I think you keep it for a while.
But then you can swap it back after you get Black Cleaver or Phage. He might, maybe
I think
he
it's a matchup you
maybe
keep the lifesteal in, because like the need for lifesteal doesn't change in this case. You need it to beat Mundo because he regens and pokes you. Would be my guess.
Yeah, and also
you can change later in team fights.
Dyrus was saying if you have more HP, his Q does more damage to you. So
yeah, it doesn't actually make you tank against Mundo in almost any meaningful way.
So you want the Vamp instead.
Yeah, I think he keeps the game the way it is. Is my guess, but who knows?
Yeah,
I do weird things.
These builds are just so versatile on Fiora because you can swap out the Ravenous for Titanic Hydra and as much as you want, and it's free. So at different stages of the game, you can use the different version of it.
Also, Hooney going in for early boost of swiftness as well. This will help him run around and pop vitals, as well as the slow resist should help him quite a bit against these
Looking for a dive here on top, though. Gate moving towards this area, as well as Ken.
The whole team's coming.
There's Bebe as well. Here comes the dive.
This is going to be very difficult. He's going to get banged first.
He's healing.
Stuck in 1v3, just kidding. The 2v2. Pobelter is here. And look at that. Immortals is turning the fight right around. Right round, baby. Right round. In comes Ken. They want to get this one to happen. Hooney still not going down. Pobelter on the chase. Kills off Bebe. He got back, and now Hooney is still in the chase. Gate dying as well. It was 2 versus 4, and they win it. Immortals living up to their name.
2v4, no deaths, no dragons, no turrets taken just yet.
Adrian solo, duo kills the turret.
Duo kills the turret, but that's what the rest of the members were doing, was applying pressure. And then even in the bot lane, that wave was pushed up all the way to Mash. Look at the minimap as well. Turtle's down there pushing.
Perfect riposte.
So everybody's applying pressure here. He comes through. Hooney just sitting on the heel for as long as he can. And then right there, he sees Ken coming up. So he goes back, but he still goes for vitals for the heal. And he got the wild growth, so he's in a great spot in terms of HP. And he keeps hitting the vitals on the side. Gets that burst of HP back, and he has that vamp too. Oh, the flash to the other side.
Flash Q, I think he got the vital with it.
To get another.
Actually, no, I think he went into fog, and so it re-picked one. Either way, though, I mean, really smart by Hooney. Only went in when he had a vital to hit to get the heal to make that trade worth it.
So he's sticking on the Ravenous Hydra for right now, just for that damage. See, I think he swaps it up if he ever does.
Yeah, he might not need to. I mean, this game is going very quickly towards the TIP Nexus.
Yeah, it's just one of those things I like to monitor.
Sure. No, I love monitoring this kind of stuff, so I'm right there with you in terms of enthusiasm here. All right, Immortals going for their next objective to control. Dragon number 1, nice buff of stats for everyone, 6% bonus attack damage and ability power. And this, of course, does count your base AD, so everyone gets at least like 4 attack damage, even if you didn't build any.
I feel like the Immortals lineup is getting to the point where they're just like, okay, now we're competing against each other. Who can get the most kills?
Well, that's not fair, because Rainer was going to show up top all the time. Although Rainer was practically winning.
Well, Pobelter has the most.
Yeah, well...
Highest kill participation as well.
He brought TP just to get more kills, all right? That's called cheating.
TP is cheating, huh?
Sure. Yeah. Anything to make 80 carries look better, you know? I can't TP. Oh, there's the engage, though. Oh, no! Wild Turtle!
Oh!
Gets the Wild Growth! Gets the channel! It stays alive! Wild Turtle! The team keeps him afloat just barely. Ken has to run. There's a Cocoon onto him.
Oh,
taking a lot of damage. Has to run away.
Oh, man.
Might burn... No, he healed. But...
He killed him!
Wow. I don't even know what got him.
I don't think he does either.
Pobelter killed him. Pobelter, does he have a red buff?
No. Pobelter got a nice Q.
Yeah, I think he got a Q off a pick somehow. So 12-0. This game is getting really difficult for Impulse. A 14.5-minute push towards the inhibitor. One of the fastest takes we're going to see probably all year in professional League of Legends.
Hey, bring down that average in NA.
Bringing down the average game. The sub 15-minute inhibitor take. Immortals are so deadly.
They're literally immortal right now. They have not died.
This is right now, Caster Curse on pace for a perfect game. Would be, I believe, our first perfect game of professional LoL in quite a while. If it happens, we still got a lot of room to go.
Yep. It's true. Just one misstep and that person has to buy team dinner. I like this so much because Reignover smites him so that he has the...
Oh, the pick was still on him.
It's
That's
on
what it
him.
was. It was still on him from a long time ago. And he barely got the cooldown. Actually, no, he would have died, so it popped anyway. But
Yeah. But that was a very long pick. It was on there for a very long time. But I like that Reignover smited him with the red smite and just continued to auto. And then he's really good. Reignover's really good at changing into into human form and getting that last auto attack off with the red smite.
Wild Turtle finds Bebe, finds some damage. Gets stunned up. Gate trying to kill off Wild Turtle. Ignite is on. Here comes the culling. Wild Turtle gets out. Nice pick up there. Reignover gets the execute. And the flash cocoon lands on the gate. Down it goes. Pobelter is dominating 6-0-3. Just kills spread across everywhere. No one has high KP in this game. Everyone from Immortals getting kills.
Yeah, when people don't have high kill participation, it means these skirmishes are happening. You're not involved in them. Hooney's killing somebody on the other side of the map. Your team is just going down the middle. And they're going down the middle right now. 5 people here to take this inhibitor turret and an inhibitor.
Inhib number 2 at 16 minutes. Only a minute after the first one. Minute and a half to be more specific here. But this team recalled and showed right back up. The Lich Bane coming soon for Pobelter. There is just tower taking for days here.
Something crazy about Immortals is their wave control. We were talking about how Hooney was managing the wave top to try and create small CS leads for himself and then punish off of that. They do that bottom lane and mid as well. Go watch the game from yesterday. Every time that Immortals would fight C9, they had pushing waves. So if you answered with a TP, that wave would slowly push out. You'd miss CS, it would hit your turret, it would give some turret damage, and that happened consistently here. They're very good at being on the same page of who is pushing and how far they're going to push up.
Blue Pobelter, nice and easy there. I do like how builds have evolved because Lich Bane gives CDR. You can do Lich Bane Lucidity Boots, and that's already 10 cooldown reduction right there at the start. So he's sitting on 30 CDR without any other major investments, and it allows him to like really change his builds up. Like you can go Rod of Ages, which is an insane item, and not have to get like a 20 CDR item like a Merlinomicon. I think it's very good on someone like Lulu. Ken's not in a good spot.
Hiya, Barbie.
Hooney has to respect the knockups, puts in the repose perfectly. Again, blocks a gold carbon, stuns Ken, and Ken goes down 15-0. Barbie is sad, but we're going to keep moving forward with Immortals, looking for an 18-minute push towards the top mid inhibitor now.
They're looking for the perfect game here on Immortals' side, trying to live up to their name and just make a statement here that they are not on this level.
I wonder if they could win before 20 minutes. That would be insane. Not even able to surrender in a professional game of League of Legends. Another
that
kill.
happened.
Pobelter basically one-shots Bebe. 18 minutes on towards the Nexus. Impulse couldn't surrender if they wanted to. And Immortals looking for blood, looking for the kill, looking for absolute perfection in this game. Both Nexus turrets down. 18 minutes and 10 seconds. Reignover trying to stay alive. The Nexus is low. Can they do it? A perfect game in 18-15 for Immortals. Fastest game in NA LCS history. These guys, you had better believe the hype.
And their name could not be better in this moment right now. Intelligent drafting. They have such a great team, and they've synergized so quickly. I'm looking forward to this team. I was just browsing Reddit the other day. I was so surprised by how many Immortal flares there already were. I think there's just gonna be more.
And you have a lot of really great players, not only at playing League of Legends, but great personalities as well. You've already got the fan following, despite it being a completely new team.
It's okay.
And Impulse says, yeah, respect where respect is due. You guys are insane at this game. And Immortals tying energy as the 2 #1 teams in North America.
It's true, those 2-0 teams, the new guys coming in, the new orgs, a lot of hype around them.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to see what they can do with the imports that they've got, their teammates. Adrian, you know, taking down his old teammate.
Yeah, true. Adrian gets